Oh, it was Tales of the Territories. Or is it Tales from the Territories? I'm sorry. The first episode was
I think it's
broadcast.
Tales from the Territories, I think.
Yeah, we both have watched it. It broadcast last night as we record this. This is Wednesday. It'll be released on Friday. I watched it a couple of hours ago. I had to move heaven and earth to find a copy of it, but I managed to get one. And general thoughts on the show, for starters.
Oh, I thought it was a great show. Even when we recorded it, which was about 6 months ago, I thought it was going to be a good show there because I know the guys that are producing this, Jason and Evan. They do great work, and it was Evan's idea to even do anything with wrestling. And when he first approached his first year, he didn't do it with Vice. The second year he did, and Vice, they had the same attitude that a lot of TV stations had in the 90s. Oh, wrestling, that's low rent. Nobody's going to watch that till they aired it. And it had the highest viewing audience of anything they've ever had on Vice. Now they're not so iffy about it because what this show does, it was Tales from the Road or Tales from the, what was the first thing they did? Tales from the Dark Side.
Yeah, Dark Side of the Ring.
Dark Side of the Ring. But what you do, you catch old fans who remember it, and you catch the new fans who've never heard of it. So there's no way to lose there because your old fans are going to watch because it brings back memories of when this was happening. And the young fans have never heard about it, and they're hearing about it for the first time. So really, you can't miss with that. This show here, let me explain territories. Before the WWE took over, and they were WWF, but they had these smaller groups that were regional. They were called territories. And what the WWE or WWF did was I call them mom and pops, they ran the mom and pops out of business because, it's hard to get the daughter back on the farm after she's seen the big lights of Broadway. That's what they say. But, home kind of is boring to her. But if you're used to watching a certain show like Memphis, which was a great show for the time, when you see all the glitz and glamour and the fireworks and this and that and the great production work of WWE, watching Memphis wrestling wasn't quite so exciting then because they'd seen Broadway. But what Memphis was good at were stories. They perfected the art of storytelling. Actually, I think the first music video came from Memphis because Jimmy Hart was a singer of the Gentrys. You remember the Gentrys?
They never had a hit over here, but I'm aware of the song.
Well, they had one hit. It was "Keep on Dancing," which was a pretty good song. And Jimmy was he was aware of music, and Lawler was aware of the video appeal to it. So I think between the two, they came up with the videos with music behind them. And then they started telling the stories later on of what happened here, and then what happened here, and what happened here. And they put it in video form and put music to it. And it was entertaining, plus it told the story. And I think the first music video came from Memphis. I'm not 100% sure on that, but Memphis had a lot to do with it.
I think with music videos, Dallas was quite early on that train as well, possibly.
Yeah, but they followed Memphis, I think, and that was with Michael Hayes and the Freebirds, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So, and I remember going to Florida when I booked Florida. I had them. I took it down there, so it spread. People knowing about it, and somebody saying, "Well, that's a good idea. I can do that. I got a video guy," and you just tell them what you want, and they put something together. And Memphis led the way in a lot of things. But getting back to Tales of the Territories, That's what it's about. So on last night's show, which will, you say it'll replay Friday?
Yeah, this podcast will be out on Friday, so it was on the
Okay.
previous Tuesday.
Okay, but you can go on YouTube and you can pull these. You can pull that Tales from the Territories up and watch it again, I think.
No, you can't. Let me tell you, I was searching all up and down YouTube, couldn't find anything.
Oh, you can't go there, but there's a way to find it. So watch it. But it was Jimmy Hart, and it was Jeff Jarrett, and it was Jerry Jarrett, and it was me, and it was Jerry Lawler. So I'm watching the show last night, this first time. You know, when they tape something, you don't know what they're going to come out with. You got to watch it to see what they come out with. And you told me earlier today, I'm about halfway through it, and I'm thinking, wait a minute, didn't I say something on this show? Because they waited for at least half the show to be over, and then I got to talk. And it was actually pretty good. I talked about wrestling in a prison, and I talked about wrestling in front of a full-scale percussion orchestra, which, by the way, went into the Smithsonian Hall of Fame, and it still resides there today. And I forgot what they call that. They had a name for it, but me and Jeff Jarrett wrestled in front of a full percussion orchestra in Louisville, Kentucky, years ago. And the Smithsonian, it was done for the Smithsonian anyway. And they pick it up and they have it in there. So you're looking at right now, and Jeff Jarrett, we are the only two wrestlers that I know of that are in the Smithsonian Institute. Do you know of any more?
I know of no others. I just want to pick up on just what you said there as well. It not only was it a percussion band, it also had spacey woo going on. And then at some point, someone fires a gun. I mean, that match had everything.
Yeah, they had a drill. Well, that's because I was concerned about the same thing. I said, wait a minute. Why do you have a drill? They said it's percussion. Anything that makes a sound is percussion. Actually, a guitar is percussion. Drums are percussion. I mean, hitting the desk, that's all percussion. So that's what I remember going up there that day, and they got us in a ring at 2:00. And I say this on the show. They said, do you want to rehearse this? I said, hell no, I don't want to rehearse it. They said, why? I said, we do this every night. I mean, hell, I'm tired. I just come off the road to come up here and do this show. So I was tired, had to leave early in the morning to get there. And then it wasn't over to like 11:30 at night. I was almost as tired after that show as I was after the Japan show with Maeda. I was just wore out. You can't stay up all day long and do this stuff. It'll kill you. But I made it through.
You know the guy who you attack at the end of the match with the drum, was he a plant or was he actually part of the orchestra?
Oh, I can't tell you that.
That's a big secret.
Okay, see, you just put yourself back in Marksville. Because you don't know, right?
No, but I mean, maybe it was one of the orchestra who said, "I've got a great idea of what to be involved."
Well, no, he was a part of the orchestra.
Oh, was he really?
Yep, he didn't know that was going to happen, but he didn't want me to get his drum. But I broke the drum over his head. Did you see it break?
Yeah,
I broke it, and I bet he don't hop up anytime soon. Yes, James, he was. We put him out there.
Good.
I just got to tell you. But a lot of other people probably said, wait a minute, he's not supposed to do that. That's what the people in the house thought. They went, oh my God, he's attacking a band member. So